All right. Welcome everybody to our Thursday training, Superfood Social Team. And my name is Christina Amon, 2-star crown with Purium and on this team. And I'm super excited to be bringing this call today. So this is all about generating sustainable business growth. What's really going to take us all the way to our dreams, not just quick bursts of volume here and there or leveraging promotions, which is amazing, but how do we actually get us all the way? How do we generate that legacy volume? So we're going to be hitting some key points today. So you guys want to get out your paper and pen or your digital form of taking notes and definitely lock in this formula, because this is the formula for generating a sustainable business. So to kick us off today, I'm so excited to bring on our special guest, our guest of honor, Seema. Seema is also a 2-star crown, probably 3-star crown really soon. This is somebody that I have gotten to know as a forming a cross-team friendship and alliance, which is so powerful to do in this business. Seema, you're somebody I look up to. I'm so inspired. If you don't know Seema's story of coming to the United States as an immigrant, it's so powerful. And what I really want to honor you, what I really see in you, Seema, is a work ethic that, as somebody who actually has, I grew up in another country as well, part of my life. And so I've really noticed that work ethic isn't, say, the greatest strength in the United States. So to really see that in you is so beautiful. And I'm just so inspired to see how driven and determined and committed you are to your action steps, to your team, to cultivating your visions and dreams. And you do it with so much heart, with so much joy, with so much fun, with so much magnetism and just beauty in your social media and your presence. And I'm just so happy to have you here today. Thank you so much for taking the time for our team. And I love you, and muchas gracias.
Thank you, Christina. It was so beautiful. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you guys a little bit of our magic of what we do with our team, because we're all working for the same company. And when our company rises, we all rise together. And it's all about sharing, because when we share, God, the universe, brings us more abundance. What we give out comes back multiplied. So I'm super excited to be here. And I know, Christina, you want me to talk a little bit about the ULT+Performace, and do you want me to start up with that?
You know what? Thank you. Let me just frame that a little bit. So when we're talking about sustainable business growth, this is specifically because we're looking at, there's a shift in widen your reach. Like we all got to cultivate the culture of widen your reach. We got to go live. We got to open our voices. We got to start doing reels and being in front of a camera and all these things. And some of us were already doing it, but we now have that. It became culture. It became normal. And that was a promotion that gave us free points to incentivize us to jump in and do it. And now that promotion is coming to a close. We've created the culture, we've created the habit and ritual. And now we're looking at, as we go into next month, how do we generate solid business volume? How do we create the kind of points that are going to last month after month, that won't go away when a promotion goes away? So one of those ways is this amazing new pack that just got launched that Seema's been leading with. And I got to hear how she's languaging that. And I was so inspired. I was like, please come share with us. So yeah, give it to us.
Awesome. Christina, how long do I have? Because I have a lot of things.
You have as much time as you want. You're amazing. We're so happy to have you.
Great. We have a crown call at 2 with Leslie. So
we have an hour here. I have some other things I'm going to fit in. So, 20 minutes, whatever you want.
Okay, I'll be fast because there's a lot to say about this pack. And what Christina just shared with us, we have this amazing promotion that was incentivizing behavior and action into doing what we were supposed to be doing anyways. We heard this before many times, which is going live and sharing with the world that we're in business. Okay, that is the number one key to grow our business. And I would say that the key to grow this business is consistency. Consistency is king. The more that we do something, the more confident that we become, and repetition is the father of learning. So the more that you do something, you're gonna become more experienced and more confident. I was in the same shoes that you guys wear. I didn't know anything of social media. I didn't know how to sell anything. I didn't even know how the products tasted because I never tried the products when I started. I started with that $199 pack. But the fact that I was able to do the same behavior over and over and over, and then reviewing the results and shifting it, it's really what got me to 2-star crown in 2.5 years, because repetition is the father of learning. And what we do as entrepreneurs is that we adapt. We had the 40-day cleanse, and then that went away when it's the 30-day cleanse. How many of you guys were still calling the 30-day ULT the 40-day? A lot, right? Like, drop a 1 in the chat. How long did it take you? Or if you were one of those calling the ULT the 40-day. I was one of those. And then I learned from one of my mentors that the best entrepreneurs and the best network marketers in the world adapt. They don't complain that the promotion's over. They adapt, and they're like, okay, what's the new thing? Let's keep on running with the new thing. And because we have this ability to adapt, we grow, because we have exposure to many different experiences. And the new pack, the ultimate lifestyle transformation in the performance, is actually one of my favorites, because I also work out and I take the products anyways. So I was literally buying a ULT and a holistic fitness pack, and we're like, this doesn't make any sense. Why isn't there a pack? I'm having my customers buy a ULT and a holistic fitness pack. We might as well make a big pack. And our founders, Dave and Amy, listen to us, and that's so beautiful, because our voice gets heard. And the new pack, for me and my team, that's the only pack that we lead on. And it starts with our posture. You really have to be in alignment with the pack. It's kind of like selling products that you're not in alignment with. We're all in alignment with Purium. So it feels easy to share something that we're in alignment with. So you have to be in alignment with the pack, what the products come with, and your posture. So when I sell this pack, first you need to know what the pack has. Okay. So the pack has 4 appleberry terra pouches. It has 3 bottles of aminos. Okay, 3, not 2, 3. It has 2 bottles of apothecary cherry. It has 1 pack of the biomedic. It has 1 MVP chocolate and 1 MVP vanilla. I like to mix the 2 sometimes because I like both flavors. It also has a pack, a whole container of Can't Beat This. It comes with an Aloe Digest sampler pack of 10 servings, and a sampler pack of Cocoa Hydrate with 10 servings, and a super xanthine. So the main difference between the holistic fitness pack and the ULT Performance is that it's not, the super lights are not included. Okay, super lights are not included in the ULT Performance. That's the only difference. So if you want your clients to have a full holistic fitness pack, then have them add a bottle of aminos and a super lights. That's really the main difference. Okay. What I like to do is I like to add all the numbers. I'm an architect as well, so knowing the numbers is really important. So you guys need to know how much this is retail. $699 retails. With your gift code, they get $174 with 75 cents discount. So with your gift code, $174 with 75 cents. That's their discount. If they were to purchase just a ULT and then add a la carte, okay, in iShoperium, if they were to add a Can't Beat This, 2 MVPs, a super xanthine, and an extra bottle of aminos, not including the freebies, that's an additional $250. Okay, so it's actually way cheaper if they buy the pack, right? They save a lot of money. And it starts with, when you're sharing this with your customers or your prospects for the business, it starts with your posture. We have a business pack. And this is how everyone in our company gets started, with our big sampler pack. See, I don't even give them an option of a ULT. This is how everyone gets started in the business, is a ULT and performance. You want to have all these products. And before then, I asked a few questions. And this is really the key. And I'm going to give you guys a lot of questions, and you guys can pick the ones that you want. But it starts with our conversation. Once we have this conversation nailed down, there will be no objections and them saying it's too expensive or whatever. If they buy a ULT, if you break it down for 30 days, it's $10.83, right? $10.83. So let's say $11. If they buy the ULT and performance, it's $17.45. So in reality, buying the big pack is only $6 more expensive. It's nothing, right? $6 more every day. For $6 more, they can have a whole box full of samples. And I picked up the box, I ordered one, and it feels good to lift that heavy box. It's like, wow, there's really good stuff in here because it's really heavy. So when your new brand partner or customer receives that heavy box, it's like amazing. I mean, I love to receive a heavy box from Purium. So just know the difference in price. For $6 more, okay, they can have the best post-workout, pre-workout, the most powerful super antioxidants, super xanthine. And then they have the 2 lifestyle drinks. Okay, so just know your numbers. If they join the business with the big pack, they're saving $174 with 75 cents with your gift code. And they're also saving $199 because they get a free business pack. So they're saving a total of $373 with 75 cents. That's a huge savings. I mean, people to enter Herbalife, they invest $1,000, at least $1,000. Like seriously, this is like a no-brainer. So you need to be in alignment that this is not expensive, that this is actually cheap. And Dave and Amy made it affordable for the average American to be able to consume these foods. So now that you know the numbers and you're clear, now you can have a conversation with your prospect. And I start my conversation with asking them question. Why are you interested in joining this business? Why are you interested in doing the transformation? Why are you interested? What is your goal? Are you trying to drop weight, have more energy, improve your digestion, get better sleep? Are you trying to balance your hormones? Like, why do you want to do this? Like, figure out why your clients want to do this. Ask these questions, because if you ask these questions, you're giving them a space to talk. And when they're talking, they feel like you care. Most of your clients, or most of my clients, say all of the above. They say, I want to drop 30 pounds in all of the above. And I'm like, okay, 30 pounds. You know, my average customer drops about 10 pounds a month. I can't make a claim, but there's customers that drop more than 10 pounds a month. But if you were like most of the people that consume these products, we're talking about a 3-month commitment. And in 3 months, that means from now until November, you drop those 30 pounds if you follow the system. How would that sound to you? Now you're automatically signing them up as a smart order because they're committing for 3 months. Then you're gonna ask more questions. Oh, you wanna drop 30 pounds. So when was the last time that you were at 150 pounds? Like, make them feel how they felt when they were actually at their ideal weight. What happened between then and now that you increased 30 pounds? And they're gonna say, I got pregnant and I got a job and life got busy. See, now I'm having an authentic conversation and I'm not trying to sell them on something. And I'm like, I just want to ask you a few more questions because I want to make an assessment of what is the best pack for you. Then ask more questions. What is your motivation to make this change in your life? They're going to respond. You keep on asking more questions and I'm going to guide you through more questions. So I'll go fast. Hey, Samantha, can you please tell me how many hours I sleep? How many hours at night do you sleep? You want to know if they're sleeping 5 hours or 2 hours. What time do you wake up? What time do you go to bed? Do you feel rested when you wake up? Most of your clients will say, I sleep 8 hours, but I feel terrible when I wake up. I actually feel more trashed than before I went to bed. Okay. So you want to know if they're having a lot of problems sleeping. Can you share with me how much water do you drink? What kind of beverages do you take? Do you drink tea? Do you drink alcohol? Do you drink caffeine, coffee? You're collecting evidence because this is going to help you also explain the 30 days. On a scale 1 to 10, how would you rate your energy levels? Maybe they'll say, oh my gosh, like a 4. And I'm like, girl, we need to increase your vibration. Like you really need to have more greens. Okay, so you're gonna ask these questions. How many days do you exercise, or how many days a week do you exercise? Like how much do you exercise? Just ask questions. Then this question that I'm gonna tell you, the next 2 questions are amazing for you to figure it out if this customer is a prospect for the business. And I'm taking the customer side right now, how to offer the ULT and performance to your customers. And if they have a specific answer, I would say if they're saying anywhere lower than 5, then this is a prospect for the business. On a scale 1 to 10, can you describe to me your stress levels? Or on a scale 1 to 10, how would you describe your stress level? Maybe they're gonna say, I'm like so freaking stressed, a 2. Like, or I'm a 10, I'm super stressed. So Christina, on a scale 1 to 10, how much do you love what you do? Or like first ask, what do you do? Oh, I'm a nurse. Oh, you're a nurse? On a scale 1 to 10, how much do you love being a nurse? And they're gonna say 1 or 2. You're like, Jesus, like that's creating a lot of stress in your life. You're not loving what you do. And stress takes a deep impact on our health. So now you're literally like a CIA agent, like you're collecting information like, dude, they freaking hate what they do. And she's a nurse and she's so freaking stressed all day long. She has no energy. She sleeps, but she don't rest. She barely moves her body. She drinks coffee all day long. See how now you have a story of their life? Then you can ask them other questions about their eating habits. This is something that I also like to ask. Can you describe your eating habits? Like, can you describe your breakfast for me? And they share, okay, I have a Starbucks with a croissant in the morning. And I was like, okay, that's about $12 every morning. Yeah. Okay, what do you have for lunch? Oh, I go to the taco truck and I buy a burrito. Oh, that's another $8 right there. Okay, we're at $20. I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, the ULT Performance 17, So she's already spending more money than the program. Oops, sorry. Sorry, guys, I pressed my keyboard accidentally. I removed the screen. So these questions are super important because the longer you have a conversation with your prospect, the more that you become their friends too. And once you ask all these questions, then you put yourself in the shoes of an expert, because only an expert asks these questions, right? Collect information. And now I know, oh, she snacks on Quest bars. She has a coffee venti latte or something from Starbucks, eats a croissant and a burrito. And that's all she eats during the day. I'm like, she's not even eating any fruits or vegetables all day. So then I'll tell them, well, since you are lacking energy, since blah, 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 A, B, C, D, E, I believe that the best pack for you is our ULT and Performance. Because the Can't Beat This is going to give you energy. You're going to be able to replace it from your coffee, for the 2 cups of coffee that you drink every day. Since you're working out once or twice a week, I want you to have the MVP score post-workout because that's full fuel for your muscles. And we're also going to be taking the Biomedic and all the other products. And I'm going to explain the program once you receive your box. So now see how I sold them. And now they believe me that this is the best thing for them because I just did a whole assessment of their life. And I tell them, look, this is $17 a day. You're going to be saving $25 because now I sketched out how much their breakfast is, how much their lunch is, how much their snacks are. And I'm like, okay, now you're actually going to be saving a lot of money. And what I want you to do, because I don't want you just to go cold turkey and fail at this, is, to do option 1 and replace one of your Quest bars for an apple, right? Which is going to be your flex foods. And now you can help them get started. Does that make sense, Christina? Am I good on track?
Yeah, definitely. These are great questions. Everybody's taking notes. This is the lead in to build value for people. So we're not, if anybody there sitting is like, how am I going to sell in a more expensive pack to people? You're going to do it by building value authentically. This isn't just about upselling something that doesn't actually make sense for them. You know, drop a, you know, put an 8 in the comments if you already live on this pack. I know so many of us already do. And so there's all of us here who are making this shift. We're just building in value of why this is actually going to give people the ultimate lifestyle transformation. Yeah, continue. Thank you, Seema.
Yes, exactly. You have to bring value, because then they're going to trust you and they're going to see their transformation. They're going to see the value. And when we see the value, we pay for it, right? Everything that we buy is because we're buying the transformation. Like our customers are not buying the ULT. They're buying their transformation. They're buying a fit body. They're buying feeling great. They're buying not feeling bloated. You know, they're buying feeling good and wellness. That's what they're buying. They're buying the vision that we are creating for them. And if they have a vision, they're going to pay whatever, and they're going to buy whatever, because it's not the superfoods that we're selling. They're buying you. They're buying you. They're not buying the superfoods. If I was selling Herbalife, I will be doing just as successful, because they're buying me. Okay? They're not buying the foods, they're buying you. So the way that you show up with your confidence, with your character, with your posture, and the more that you do it, the more that you're going to be able to review. And the more that you review what you're doing, the more insight you're going to have. And maybe you're going to say, you know what? I'm not going to ask this question. It seems like I turn everyone off when I ask this question. But the only way for you to figure out what works, because what works is your return of investment. What works is money. And you have to follow the money. If that's not working, you are here for the business. And if you're here for the business and not here for the money, then just, I don't know what to tell you. And I get a lot of people that say, oh, I just joined this business because I want to make money. I was like, well, if you want to make money, why don't you go rob a bank? Like, why aren't you a thief if you want to just make money, right? We're all here for something a lot more deeper. We're all here for something more profound than money. We're here to be service. And you're getting paid right now what you deserve to get paid. So if you're getting paid $100, it's because that's how worth you are in this business. You're not bringing value. The more that you get paid, the more value that you bring. So if you want to make more money and make more impact, then make yourself more valuable. So learn about this pack, learn about what comes on it, learn these questions, make yourself valuable, because if you make yourself valuable, you're going to make more money and you're going to serve more people. So if you're making $50, then that's how much you're worth, honey. Like, you're worth $50 in this business because you're bringing zero value. And the best trained team is the best team. The team that has the best training is the team that is the best. So if you want to get ahead, then train yourself, educate yourself, listen to Christina, listen to the top leaders in the company, do what they do, and be courageous. Because if you're courageous and you're offering this pack without your limiting beliefs that it's expensive because it's expensive to you, so you're projecting to other people that might not even doubt it twice to purchase the pack, you're going to have success. So ask these questions and have a posture. And then if your customers say, oh, whatever, how I'm going to pay $525, this is too expensive for me, you can always say, well, we have a cheap pack. We have a little pack and it's called a ULT. And honestly, I don't offer this pack to anyone that is not in the business. This is a customer pack. Our ULT is a customer pack, but you know, I'll make an exception for you, but please don't share that. I'll upgrade you to the business with a ULT. Because remember, a lot of people will lead with how they got signed up. So if you come into the business with a core 4, then you're like a core 4 person. And you always say, oh, you should join the business with a core 4 because you have a limiting belief that $5 is too expensive a day. So you're projecting that to other people. So get clear on that. Be courageous. Do what the leaders do. Even if you feel insecure, your insecurity is going to go away with repetition. The more that you do the same thing, the more confident that you're going to become. And then selling this pack is going to be like easy for you. But it starts with your posture and with everything that you do. So is there anything else, Christina, you want me to talk about this?
This is so good. I just, you know, like I'm going to tell my story of how I came into the business with $1,000 launch pack and why why, because it was so high, it actually created my success. But I want to see if anybody has a question for Seema before we let you go. And then I'm going to move on to some other things about generating sustainable business volume. Does anybody have any burning questions about this?
I do.
You know, yeah, go ahead, Tal.
Hi, Seema. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry I didn't get to speak with you further on Sunday, but my question, I mean, this is the pack that I've been living on for the past 2 years. So of course it's natural that I should be leading with this, and it just didn't even occur to me. So thank you for bringing this up. My question to you is, when you're on a Connect call, do you ever go into all the whole list of all the products that come with the pack, or do you still focus mostly on the ULT or the cleanse portion or the fitness portion, or do you do just like a whole, how do you do that?
That's a great question. Me personally, and this is what I teach my team, there's a saying in network marketing that says, if you talk long, you talk wrong. So if you talk long, you talk wrong. We're here to be messengers, not the message. So my job is not to explain what the products are and what comes in the pack. For that, I send them a link. And I say, look, you want to know what products come in the pack? I'll send you a link, check them out. If you want to know the ingredients, girl, I have no freaking idea. I think there's 15 ingredients, but let me send you a link and click on the drop-down menu under ingredients, and then you can literally read all the ingredients. So my job is to never try to be the expert in the message. I'm just a simply messenger connecting people to the tools. And that is why we need to learn how to use third-party tools. If you're trying to explain the products to sell them, then you're doing it wrong. You need to send a freaking link. And that's what you need to do. And that's what you need to share your team. Oh, you want to know what comes in the ULT? Let me send you a link. You know, what ingredients are in the super aminos? I'm like, I don't know. All I know is I take them and my muscles grow. If you want to know, I'll send you a link. That's it. Even Dave Sandoval has an A through Z video on Vimeo. And I'm like, girl, I have no freaking idea, but this is the founder. If you click on 13.5 seconds, he explains it very well, better than I would do. And you see how I just don't talk about those things. I just say, look, this is what you should get. If you need some time to meditate and do this, please, let's talk tomorrow, because I only work with people that are committed to doing a transformation. So if you're not all in, then you're not the right customer. You're not the right customer for me. I won't be able to help you. And then nobody likes to be rejected. So you have the power to pick who you work with, and you have the power to reject customers. That's my stance, and it might not work for you, but that's my return of investment. If I keep on doing that, I get more money and I get more leaders and I get more transformations being successful, and I get more before and afters to show the world that this works. Hope that helped, Tal. Just be a messenger.
So good. Drop a 10 if you are working on building your posture up to where Seema's at. If you want that level of confidence and it just radiates off of your being. So good. Heck yeah. Any other questions before we let Seema go?
I just have a quick question. Thank you, Seema, for sharing everything. A lot of what you said resonated with where I want to be, and it was really helpful and clear. Do you have anything that you can remember that helped you get this level of courage? Because when you said courage, I thought of being vulnerable. I don't know if you can share anything from your past that helped you.
So yeah, so courage is linked here, right? And fear is the absence of confidence, of clarity, and of courage. So you just know that that's one of the components of being fearful and being a fearful person. That courage, it's once you conquer your courage, you'll be fearless. And when I started, I was not courageous. I just knew that for me to get to the next step of my life and to have a breakthrough, I needed to break through. And I needed to break through my own fire. I needed to break through my own limiting beliefs. I needed to break through my own self-sabotage and doubts. And we're like an onion, and there's going to be so many layers of you that have to shed away and that you have to peel off to get to your true self. So if you feel that you're scared, do it anyways. Like, do it anyways. People are going to judge you no matter what. So then just do it. And when they see you doing it with consistency every single freaking day for a year, for 2 years, then they're going to say, oh, wow, she made it. And that's what I did. I was an architect and I was super freaking embarrassed of offering the products on my social media because my colleagues were saying, now you're selling weight loss pills, you're selling green juice, like weren't just working on the Tesla building. And I'm like, yeah, you want some? I can give you a $50 discount. And I was embarrassed to do that, but I said myself, if I want to make it in network marketing, because I saw the vision, I needed to be courageous and keep on posting every single freaking day. And guess what would have happened if I posted for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, and then I stopped posting? Then they're going to say, oh, she already quit. It was a pyramid scheme. She already let it go. But they seen me doing it for 2.5 years. Now, dude, she made it. She just moved into a nice house. She just bought a new car. Now she's speaking in front of lots of people every week. So now that courage of doing it when I was uncomfortable allowed me to get to where I am, because I had no idea of network marketing. I didn't know how to talk to people. I was always trying to survive and fix myself because I thought something was really broken with me. And I cried every single night, and personal development was my best friend. This is what Leslie Sand talked about yesterday or the day before. It is our personal development. And again, the more that you work on yourself and the more that you train yourself to be courageous and to ask yourself, how am I going to be uncomfortable today? The more that you're going to grow and the more value you're going to bring. And when you bring more value, you get paid more money. So if you want to make more money, then be of service and become a better person. So hopefully, Maria, that helped with your answer. That's what worked for me. Again, I'm speaking through my lens and I'm speaking through my perspective. And a lot of you guys might not relate to me, but who cares? It's working for me. So
I can so relate to that. I remember at the beginning of my career, I would visualize how I can't wait till one day all those people who think I'm stupid and silly and a loser are gonna like look up to me. Like I would picture the day, and now I'm here. Now all those people are like, oh, she did it. Like I should probably, you know, and it's a whole different energy, but I made it happen partly by, I just couldn't wait for that. Like beyond the income was like, I can't wait for them to see what I can see now, but they can't see it yet. So, yeah. So good. And oh, sorry, my cat is like playing with my ring light. Hopefully it stays up. Any other questions? Sky, did you have a question? Anybody else?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, is there any like short video that we have maybe Seema, you can make one about this package that's just like short and sweet and something that we can use as a tool to send to people.
I don't think there is one, but I think that everyone should make their own. That's going to train you to become a leader and have your team duplicate what you do, because we have to lead by example. So if you want your team to do that, then you have to do it. I can't do it for you. Okay. So that, I mean, that's what works for my team. And one last thing that I want to leave you guys with is figure it out where your money's coming from. Like, figure it out where your customers are coming from. Figure it out where your brand partners are coming from. Ask your team, hey, I'm just curious, just wondering, where did you find me? Like, how did you connect it with my account? Just curious, how do you find me? And hey, Tanya, how do we met? Just figure it out where all of your customers, there will be a pattern. And once you figured out where your money's coming from, then you're going to be able to scale your business and do more of what brings you money. So that's just a little bonus and there that I've learned from one of my mentors. Figured out where your money's coming from. Maybe maybe everyone comes from Instagram. So you need to do more Instagram. Maybe people find you through your dancing videos on TikTok. So guess what? You need to make more freaking dancing videos, because you're funneling your money through your dancing videos. So if you don't know where your money's coming from, you're never going to be able to scale your business and really have that freedom, because it's not about, at least to me, it's not about being on Zoom calls all day long. For me, it's about living the lifestyle of a network marketer, which is doing more of the things that I love, like going to the beach, like walking with my dog, going to buy clothes, like that's what I want. I don't want to be doing Zoom calls all freaking day. So you got to figure it out where your return of investment is. And I keep on repeating this because the return of investment is where your money's coming from. And if you're bringing more money, you're bringing more service. So you need to know where your customers and when your brand partners and when your leads are coming from. And you need to do more of that. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful.
So good. You guys dropped some love in the comments for Seema. Amazing. I could listen to you all day. Definitely catch anytime Seema is doing a Leslie Zan call or a mega Zoom, like you want to catch this magic. I'm just so in honor of you, of what you're creating. And I know how much personal development you do. I know how much you're studying the industry, how much you're just consuming the experts, and then you're able, it just rolls off your tongue. You're fluent in being a professional network marketer. And thank you so much for taking the time with us today.
Thank you, Christina. And you guys are all blessed because you have Christina as your upline, you have Rachel, you have Tala, you have top leaders in the company. When I started, and I want to respond to Mary Beth in the comments, I was signed up by Raw and Troy signed up Raw, but at the time, none of them really had a freaking idea of how to get this started, maybe not that much interest. So I always say that I was my upline, and I consulted more to Lucy as a therapist, because at the time I was going through some shadow work. So Lucy was my therapist, and honestly, without a therapist, I wouldn't have made it. But I figured it out by myself. When people were saying no, I went to Google. What to say when people say no, and how to deal with objections in network marketing. Oh, how do I do follow-ups? I Google how to do follow-ups in network marketing, and I started to educate myself, and I would do Zooms as a consultant with my only brand partner. So your success is not based on your upline. It's completely independent from your upline, and your job is to become an independent leader from your upline as soon as possible. So if you're still calling your upline with every single tiny little detail, then you're not stepping into your leadership. Become a leader, an independent leader, as fast as possible, and your business is going to take off. So, all right, guys, thank you so much.
So good. Oh my gosh, so good. When we do these brand partner magnet exercise and we say, what's the #1 quality you're looking for in a brand partner? I always say somebody who takes responsibility for the outcome of their success in their life. And you just fully embodied that for us. So thank you so much, Seema.
Thank you, guys.
See you in 20 minutes on the Crown Call. Beautiful. So I want to take everything that was just shared there and segue in. Oops, sorry. I want to quickly tell my story for anybody what you see here is that we are shifting into a culture of this new pack, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation and Performance Pack, being our key. That is what we now lead with, and we're transitioning into it. So transition takes a little, there's a growth edge to that, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, let's identify where we're at with our posture and belief in leading with this pack, our comfort level in leading with this pack. Let's just identify it. There's no wrong answer here. Let's just be honest with ourselves of where we're at. So I'm going to tell a story to help us build value and help build belief and confidence in being able to share this pack. And we're at the beginning, so I'm not expecting people to be at a 10. When I came into this business, the launch pack was $1,000. I didn't have $200 to invest in Purium. Every amount of the different options were out of my budget. So by the time I got on the Connect call and Sarah built up the value and the launch pack for me, I thought I was just coming in and getting a cleanse for a couple $100. Then it was like, you could do it with your husband, and I got him on board. Then I thought we were at maybe a 500. And then it was like, okay, you can have this unlimited gift card business for $1,000. And I was like, gulp, he's asleep. Do I put it on the credit card without his permission? If this business is really what they're telling me it can be, I should be able to make back this $1,000 investment in a shorter period of time than my 60-day money back guarantee expires. That was how my mind went into it. I was like, how can I justify clicking purchase while he's asleep? I was like, well, I should be able to do this. So what happened is I had a fire under my belly at that point, because I just took out a business loan on the credit card, bought this $1,000 launch pack, and I had to prove to myself and to him that I could make this business work. So sure enough, that was the pack that I led with. And when I did the work of building value in this business, when I learned the miracle that network marketing is and what was possible, I just started sharing launch pack after launch pack. In my second full month, I think I shared like 5 or 6 launch packs and double ranked to executive, and just started having all these brand partners come onto my team, including Erica Kloster. And that was just what was normal. Because I came in with $1,000 launch pack, that's just what I shared. I built the value, and especially because I didn't have the money for it, then it was even easier. Because I'd tell people, like, let's make money. If we don't have this money, let's make money together. Let's do it. Let's have fun. I see the vision, and I transferred that onto people. So, and because we're getting way more business volume with these bigger packs, it's easier to hit these ranks. So drop a 9 if your level in sharing a higher, price point pack just went up, because you're seeing like, oh, wait a second, somebody remind me the business volume on this pack. Put it in the comments if you can remember. My brain's blanking at the moment. 350, thank you. So 350 per pack, right? That's up from 270. And you can see how much more quickly it's going to help us rank. So we're all in this together. We're creating a culture where this is our #1 pack. It was the ULT for a long time. Now it's this pack, and you're already hearing stories of all of the people who this is already our lifestyle. It's already our lifestyle to use these workout products every time we work out, which for many of us is daily. So that's the new pack. Awesome. Drop a 10 if that was helpful. Drop a 10 if you're excited to lead with this new pack, and just to be in the growth of creating this new culture for yourself and your business. Beautiful. So the other thing I want to talk about today is that there is another way, even though this is our last month of really grabbing hold of maximizing free widen your reach points. We're shifting into a culture where it's going to be focused on the fast starters. So we're definitely going to keep that. When we get a new person, we're going to be like, okay, let's do your first live today. You know, let's help people like do their interviews, do their reels, do their lives, do their unboxing, do their, you know, talking about their why. We're going to help new people do that. Absolutely. And we're going to keep doing it because it's actually how we're attracting leads. Like Seema said, know where your leads are coming from. A lot of them are coming from social media, that exposure. And we still want free points, right? Drop a 5 if you're like, I still want free points. Right now, we can maximize widen your reach at 500 points a month, but we can get 3,000 points a month from UBT. So we want, and there was a time where that was the only way to get free points, and that was where everybody's attention was on. And there's still people in the business. Michelle Boersma just hit Black Diamond. She's now the new UBT queen, but we have UBT queens on this call that I want to hear from, who leverage this promotion, which isn't going anywhere, as the way that they ranked up very quickly. So Jillian, are you on here? I know you have baby stuff. I do have other UBT people if you're not.
Yeah,
available.
I'm here.
All right, give it to us, Mama. How'd you do it? What's the key? How do we help people put a smart order on file to hit those UBT? How do we do it authentically and in service? Congratulations to your success.
Oh, thanks. Well, to me, it's a no-brainer. You know, there's nobody that I'm going to sign up that won't have a smart order, full stop. And it's such added value for the customer. And for me, what works, I know that we're sort of led a couple different ways of how to spin the smart order. For Canadians, we've had a few glitches with the smart orders. So the way that we're trained to do it, like the Sonia Magruder, how they train the smart order, I don't actually use that. I'll just share how I add value to it. And for the Canadians, we talk about the points, and we just make it so that it is a no-brainer that you would want to have these Purium dollars, these reward points added for your first 2 orders. And we talk about also when we sign somebody up, it is, you know, it's, where was I going with that? I just saw another Canuck there and I got totally distracted. I'm like, how do I not know you? But where was I going with that? Oh, this is what happened. Sorry, I've been like camping mode, and I'm like,
I know where you were going. You were going with the.
Where were you going? Where was I going, Rachel?
Because you always promote the 90-day program. You always promote it as like all of your smart orders are always ULTs.
Thank you. So thank you. That is exactly where I was going. So yeah, when anybody signs up with me, we talk about how this program is amazing for 30 days, but really you're going to see the lasting results for 90 days. And typically what most people do is they will sign up for their first ULT. I did the ULT twice back to back, and that's what most of my people do. So when we set up your smart order, we'll sign you up for another ULT. It'll just be there. We can always adjust it, you know, coming up. And then, you know, that's just how we do it. Like, I don't even really give them an option. I just say, you know, 2 ULTs back to back, and then we'll move on to the core 4. So it's a culture that we've created, and you know, that is how I excelled so quickly, is that all of my people got on a smart order. And, you know, every person that enrolled, so I had, you know, in the first 2 weeks, I had hit executive, and that is in big part because I had that 1,000 points. So.
Amazing, so good. So who's seeing this theme of the posture? This is just what we do. It's just the culture. There's no other way around it. It's a no-brainer. Like, there is no other option. And if, you know, if at the end of the day, somebody is like really, 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 you know, like Seema said, is like, there's this other way, you give it to them. But ultimately, as a primary dominant culture, this is how it is. And when you create that, when you set that tone in your business, that's what duplicates. So Jillian's just an incredible example of that just became what is. you want lasting results, you want an actual lifestyle transformation, you want to actually reach those goals that you just articulated from Seema's questioning, well, then here's what you're going to want to do, right? And people are going to trust you if you're trusting yourself. If you believe what you're saying, it will just be transferred. So if you feel like your belief is low, build your belief. You know, keep listening to these stories and practice it. You know, go out there and you know, talk about it. And even if you fumble a little bit at the beginning, this is how you create, you know, through that repetition, you create confidence and fluency and that posture. So thank you so much, Jillian. And, you know, let's just keep hearing these stories, because each of these is helping us build this belief and posture. And Jen, I know that you also had a very similar success with hitting UBT and leveraging that promo. Are you on here?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. It's been a minute since I've talked on here. It feels good to see everyone's faces. Yeah, so I would say confidence is absolutely number one. I got signed up with Carrie, and Carrie was like, we're doing this and you're getting on Smart Order. And I'm like, great, let's do it. You know, because she knew I needed deep healing. Same thing, just a running theme. That, you know, if someone is looking at a cleanse, they're most likely looking for deep healing. And this is not a quick fix. I mean, yeah, you can lose, you know, 10, 15 pounds, go right back to eating fast food and going back to the way you did things. But most of the time when I'm speaking to someone, they're looking for change. They're looking for deep cleanse. They're looking for deep change in their health. And then, of course, when I'm bringing someone on for the business, I don't really give them any other option. I've never signed up anyone with Core 4. I never have. So I don't give them an option. They need to experience the cleanse and understand what it's like. If they're nursing or pregnant, of course, they can't do the super cleanse hour, but they can at least understand how it works with all the products in. But I loved what Seema said, just like asking questions, because then they're going to feel invested in 2 months, 3 months, making sure that it's not just like, okay, I'm just going to do this for 30 days. It's asking questions, it's hearing their story, it's listening to them, and really being invested in their overall health. What I do with the Smart Order is when I know that they're going to order, I usually will either put the order in myself or I'll get on a phone call with them. I'm like, it's just easier than that way. If you have questions, I'm just there with you. So I literally walk them through how to do it themselves, or I'll put the order in myself. Sometimes the Smart Order can be a little glitchy. I think they've worked that out now, but prior it was a little glitchy. And so you couldn't click on this if this didn't get clicked on first and all that stuff. So to just like take out the frustration of it, I just always walked them through it. I always walked them through it. And then they would be, oh, you know, well, can I change this? Yep, you can change it at any time. Okay, can I cancel it? Yep, we're going to get on a call 10 days, you know, before, and I'm going to see what you're loving about your transformation. And I'm going to see, you know, what you would like to do in the future. Most likely people do this twice in a row, you know, so just helping them through, just like holding their hand, making sure they feel confident and safe in everything throughout their experience. And then let's see. Oh, I just wanted to make, I was listening to someone, like Seema said, just like really following other people that you look up to and other network marketing companies. And I was listening to somebody talk, and she said, you're grossly underpaid now so that you can be grossly overpaid later. And I thought, well, that's true for most network marketing companies, but not really with Purium. I mean, I was able to earn double my income in 2 months and stayed at that, even when I was like resting, you know, during my wedding season. I've stayed at that income or earning potential. So, you know, with Purium, we have something like super special here. And I just lead with that, especially with the business as well. And of course, when you're bringing someone in the business, walking them through that as well. I never send them a link. Oh, just enroll this way. I always get on a call. because that's how they're going to do it, and they're going to duplicate the system. And when we get on a call, we build their confidence level so that they then will know how to enroll their brand partner, you know, the same way. So hopefully that was helpful.
So good. And I see, Deidre, that you are on here. We have another UBT queen in the house. Do you want to just add anything more to that, Deidre? Thank you so much, Jen.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, I think I would just add that I think one of the things that helps people to see the value is understanding that it's like when you go to the gym, right? You don't go into the gym and pick up weights one time and then never go back. It's like a regular daily, weekly thing that you're doing because it's the consistency that builds the results. And so you have to paint that picture for them in what they're doing and why they're doing it, because until they jump into it, they really can't see the value. We know the value because we've done it, but you have to give them something that they can compare it to in daily life. You know, when you're doing your grocery trip, you don't go to the grocery store one time and then never go back. It is a regular thing. And so you have to paint the picture for them so that they can see themselves in it. And so they understand the value of the smart order and the consistency in it and what it's going to do for them. And so I think that is what I did in the beginning, because I didn't really understand all the verbiage at first. I wasn't really sure exactly what everything meant. I just found something that I could compare it to in everyday life that most people can relate to. And then once they're in it, then they can start to see the value, but you just have to make it plain for them in the beginning until they get to that point.
So good. Exactly. So the theme of this call is about building a sustainable business. It's about building legacy volume. And the words you're hearing over and over are consistency, helping customers and brand partners see the value and consistency with their health results. And that's going to translate to consistency in their business volume. So there in the back office, if you haven't already looked at the blog post about building value and understanding why the smart order, both for customers and for brand partners, I highly recommend checking it out. And you heard a lot of the key points from these leaders today but really getting behind building value in this new pack and the consistency of, if you're really in this for a lifestyle change, this is what you're going to want to do. What did Jen just say? Most people do the ULT back to back. In her team and her culture, that is true for her. That can be true for any of us, right? So this, you know, and I had actually written out notes to give you about all the reasons for smart order, but I'm just going to go ahead and say, leverage the tools, go ahead and find it yourself and make sure you're reading it, practicing, becoming fluent, building belief, building confidence in creating smart order culture. You can generate way more business sustainability and residual income with happy referring customers with smart order culture, and business partners who are coming in and qualifying for those bonuses and then hitting that UBT, like Jen said, getting in that rhythm of 3. And there was more I was going to share. There's always more I was going to share about launch and relaunch events. So that'll have to come on the next thing. But thank you, everybody, for being on this call. We're in this together. We're growing together. We're working growth edges. We're creating new cultures and new ways and adapting, like Seema said, just adapting to whatever the company rolls out next. We just get behind it. We're like, yeah, that is the next best thing. And I'm all about it. And if I'm not about it, I'm going to become about it. Right. And we just do that work to dive in and hear those stories and build that belief and learn the language and the posture and build that confidence so that we can transmit that to our teams and to the people that we're sharing with. So thank you everybody for being part of this Zoom and the chat, and I love you all, and I'm going to pop over to a Crown Zoom. So can't wait to see all of you on a Crown Zoom one day, and have a beautiful day.